Welcome to Maintenance Monday. This one stinks. I've been putting this one off for a while. I've been dreading it, but we've had some potty issues. One, I think it's just a valve kit for our Jabsco pump handle one, and we have another toilet that's actually it's got an electric pump and it's leaking too. Both of them are leaking, so I'm gonna replace the seal kit on this first one. I don't know, I gotta check out the second one, see where it's actually leaking from. Hopefully there's no poop explosions, but no guarantees. Alright, I'm inside the head here. There's not a whole lot of room, and I know it's echoey, sorry about the audio, but not a whole lot of room in here, and so the first thing you want to do is close your seacocks. Right, so this guy here, there's one way back around in here. I don't know if you can see it. This seacock right here is now closed, and we got another one in there that is closed. So now I'm basically going to take this cover off, and it's got a bunch of seals and everything in here that you're going to replace. There's a kit they sell and you do that. So I'll take this cover off right here and start replacing the seals. Hopefully, I have never done this before, so hopefully nothing comes bubbling out after me. So here we go. So you can see there's quite a bit of corrosion on some of these parts here. They're designed to be replaced eventually. I don't know how long you're supposed to get from it, but we'll see. See all these little rubber valves and everything. I think that's going to be our problem right here because it's not pulling water up. So this little O-ring, you can see there's worn down in some spots. And I think that's the problem. Basically I'm going to replace this O-ring, and I'm just going to replace all the internal rings and everything while we're at it. But I think because what happens to this toilet is you know, you pull up on it, it brings water in, and it just wasn't bringing enough water in. It wasn't bringing water in. It wasn't making a seal. So I think that's probably the problem. And while I'm at it, might as well replace all the other parts. This spring right here is old. It still looks good, but it came with a new one. So I'm going to put that one in. You know, I'll replace these guys here. I mean, it looks in good condition, but it's got new parts, so why not? I can feel it already. There's definitely a better seal there from what that used to be. Now replace this O-ring right here. Careful. And I'm definitely going to wash my hands very well after this. Old one versus new one, I can't really tell the difference. Maybe there's a small one, I don't know. But you know what, I'm going to go wash this one in the sink real quick, kind of scrub it off a little. Alright, so I popped this new O-ring in. And should be pretty good there. Here is the replacement gasket. Let's put this bad boy in and see how well she seals. Post clamp back on. Alright, let's give it a test one, because what it was doing before is it wasn't pulling water in. Hopefully it is now. Turn the seacocks back on. Let's see how she does. Not working. You can see it's just not pulling water. Great. So that means my problem is not in that unit itself, but further down. Awesome. The part I just changed is all the freshwater stuff, right? So it brings, well, ocean water in, not freshwater, but clean water. Brings clean water in and pumps it through the bowl and then out. Still not working, so now I have to open up the poopy side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run water in the toilet. I'm going to try to flush it all the way through, but the problem is that there's a hose, so the holding tank is up here, right, at this level. And it pumps into the holding tank. And unfortunately, there is no, this toilet, okay, normally what you do, you know what, I'll draw it out. Magic. Here we are. This is your toilet right here. Here's your holding tank. It's full of black stuff. You don't want to mess with this stuff. Basically what happens is you have your water supply, which in our case comes from the outside of the boat. The green line comes into your pump. Your pump pumps it into the bowl, right? And then your bowl, out of the bowl, comes back into the pump, and the pump pumps it out this way, at which point it hits a Y valve right here. You can either select to go to the holding tank, or you can go outside the boat. Well, I don't know why, but this toilet system does not have this option. This doesn't exist on this, right? So it doesn't have a valve. It just goes straight into the holding tank. The problem is I need to open this part of the valve, and so there's nothing keeping from all the stuff that's still stuck in this little hose from backing up into this pump as soon as I take the pressure off, which is what I'm afraid of. In other words, it could get pretty poopy. Okay, what I'm going to do now, because I don't want as much of that poop to backflow as possible, I am going to fill this toilet up and just flush it as much as I can. Less poopy, nasty water comes back in. Well, it seems to be working now. Maybe you just need to get all those seals wet. If that's going to work, I don't know that I necessarily want to take this poopy part out. Oh yeah, working like a champ. I think the seals needed just to get a little wet there. I seem to be doing alright. Well, I hope you understood how that toilet works, but at least now we don't have to get poopy, which I'm sure you're all very thankful for. Maybe not, maybe you wanted to see me just like dry heaving and retching. But luckily you might get another chance over here. We do have another toilet that is acting up. Could be bad. This is one of our forward heads. This system actually has a freshwater line in, so it comes from the holding water tanks, and it has an electric pump that pumps the waste out of the toilet either, and this one is run correctly, it either has an overboard pump. The problem is that you can see it, it's got a little drip right underneath the, well, the pump motor, and I don't know if that's like rust or poop. It doesn't smell good, so I'm assuming it's poop. I'll show you. So that residue right there, it's dripping from inside this guy. See the little motor and how it's dripping behind the motor? So basically I don't know if that's just the motor going bad and crap dripping out of the motor, or if it used to not be black like that. It was more like a brownie rust color. But what I'm going to do here is I've shifted the Y valve to overboard, and I'm going to pump clean water through that as much as I can to get any kind of debris or nastiness out of this toilet before I disconnect any of these lines, so that it limits the least amount of poop. Yep, as I pump it, I can see water dripping out of from underneath the motor. It could be just a bad seal, or it could be something wrong internally, like a seal inside internally in that motor. If that's the case, I need to replace the motor. So here comes the gross part. You do this, right?
No.
I thought you did this. I thought it was part of your job. Help doctor scrub in and...
No, I scrub in. This would be like an OR thing?
Right.
What are you operating on, Bobby?
The
My
gross...
toilet?
Yeah, you want to know about it? It's your toilet.
Told you it'll smell like roses.
Alright, here goes nothing. I'm not looking forward to this. This could be really gross. But hey. It's leaking. Yeah. It's okay. Oh, I think we're okay. It doesn't smell too bad, so mostly clean water, I hope. Oh, now it's still... Okay, it stinks. Yeah, it's coming out more. Oh, urine. Oh. What have you been eating?
Asparagus.
Oh, come on. And I'm hoping that's all. It's just like, look at my hands. It's,
That's why you chew your food like how many times?
Oh, shut up. I'm not listening to you anymore. A tampon?
What color is it?
Oh my god, somebody who freaking, it's a tampon! There's like who's an idiot that puts this,
There were a lot of girls in this room.
Grass? Why is there grass in there? Do not put tampons down the toilet. It could be just that right here, this O-ring that went back, because it's definitely stretched and it was not making a good seal. But from looking at the actual unit itself, where it's like corroded from stuff leaking on it, it does not look like it would be leaking from that spot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go buy a new one of these, and then we can have this one just in case another one quits. I'd hate to just replace this O-ring and then that's not the problem, then we got to do this all over again. So, hey, beer assistant. I need beer.
Not near me. Good
Thank
job,
you.
Bobby.
Thank you, beer
I
assistant.
appreciate it.
Where were you like a year and a half ago? What?
This looks like bad news.
Well, yeah, there's no replacement pumps here in Mexico. Well,
Nobody needs a pump in Mexico with all these boats around us.
I went to the marina store and they said they don't have any. Let me call around 3 or 4 other places. He did. He called 3 or 4 other places. Nobody has any.
Nobody has toilets on their boat.
Well, they do. They just don't have the same kind of pump systems we do. Because this is not a macerator pump, it's just an electric pump. Most boats have a macerator pump or a hand pump. It's just an electric pump.
So am I going to put an out of service sign on that door?
We don't have anybody staying on it for a while, but what we're gonna do, we have a couple people coming to stay with us next week. We
need a mule.
Yeah, we need a mule. So we'll be contacting you guys that are coming next week. See if you can bring us a toilet flusher.
Yay!
Thingamabob. So hopefully you weren't too grossed out by this Maintenance Monday, but you'll get to see the rest of it.
Bobby was.
I was. It was kind of gross.
I think our neighbors know too.
Yeah, well, I mean, who puts a tampon down the toilet in a boat? That's just...
People that don't know, Bobby.
People that don't know.
And you want to know what? Some people just don't know.
They don't know.